In the last video, we printed and stuck our pieces together. Hopefully you all got the hang of that. And in this video, I'm going to show you just a little bit of how to grade between sizes. So I know it's really scary sometimes, but you just got to give it a go. So let's have a look at how to grade between sizes. We've stuck our pieces together. Now how do we grade? Once you've got your measurements and you work out what you need, you can start to grade your pattern. So I have printed this with all the layers on, but you can actually turn off the layers you don't need. So it'd be very rare that you would need to grade from an XXS to a plus 5X. So generally you're grading sort of between 1 to 3 sizes, I would say. It can be more, it can be less. But let's say, for myself, I know that I'm probably going to be like an XXL or a plus X1. I think I'm an XXL. And generally, by the time I get down to my ankle, I'm about a large. So just for reference, this is my XXL line. And by the time I get to the ankle, just double check, I want to be down to this line. So when we're grading, it's good to sort of gradually do it. So if I know my calves, which let's say are around about here, are still the XXL, I'll start out there, and then what I'm going to do is just very gradually, I start to grade down to my XXL, my large. So that starts to give me a line. I probably could have done it a little bit better. But that is my curve or my grading. So I probably could have done it a bit more like this. But it's a bit of trial and error, and you can always go back and take a seam in. It's easier to obviously take off from a seam than to try and add to it. So that is grading on a leg. On a crotch, it's a little bit different and can be a little bit more tricky. So sometimes it's always good to make a toile or a mock garment. Knit fabric is a lot more forgiving, so it's a little bit easier. But let's say I was a plus 1X in my waist and hips, but by the time I sort of get to the top of my legs, I'm a XXL. So I would tend to go down and then start to come into my curve here and then continue down. Or I might need, I might be an XXL at the top. I'll change pen color. I might need the XXL at the top, but I need a little bit more in my crotch. So I'll bring this down, follow it along, and then I'm just going to follow the curve out all the way to the plus 1X. And then as I come down, I'll slowly bring it back into my XXL. Like that. Like I said, it is a little bit of trial and error at times, and it is always good to make a toile or mock garment if you're not sure on your size and you're really different between the sizes. But in general, these are quite simple adjustments to make. And once you get the hang of it, like I was really scared to do my own grading, but once you get the hang of it and you sort of do a couple, you really start to get an idea of what it is. So give this a go. If you've got any problems, again, pop us a comment and we'll help where we can.